The issue that the market is bumping in right now is if you're looking at 120, 123 on the S&P 500 earnings and a 15 or 16 times multiple, what that means is that earnings are just not that good, and not good enough, I should say, and multiples are probably high enough given the amount of volatility that we have in the financial markets right now. So for now, the markets have to be range bound here, and they have to have some catalyst, but as we know, it's the peak in the dollars, the trough in the oil, and a stable China, and we don't have those catalysts just yet.
I need to interrupt because I have news breaking about Amoroso.
Okay, she
is now an ordained minister who happened to campaign for Donald Trump in the fall of 2015.
Right in the fall.
Continue on with the markets, but I felt compelled.
Ordained minister, any specific denomination that you can?
I have no more information than that, and I know it's a bit of a
Christian, probably of some kind, right?
Assuming so.
Cool. All right.
I apologize. She's an assistant pastor at the Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church in Los Angeles, according to the Christian Post.
Good for her. That's excellent. Hopefully doing good works, God's works. So, Mr. Skelly. If you got an explanation for why what we thought was worth $100 a barrel is now worth 30 and a 185 as rates are headed up, does it mean there's a horrific recession on the horizon or not?
Sure. So on the oil side, it's mostly been a supply problem.
We keep telling ourselves that as we whistle past the graveyard, the stock market keeps going. Let me use another.
It's been mostly a supply issue on both the U.S. side, but also non-U.S. So OPEC, Saudi continue to pump very heavily. Iran also coming online. As you know, Iraq also had pretty strong production.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, we think it's more of a supply issue at this stage. We haven't seen a lot of demand indications.
But that doesn't explain the 10-year.
Okay, so on the 10-year, we think that's more of a flight to quality, flight to safety. And a lot of that.
What are we afraid of? What do we need to be safe from?
So the markets are very cautious right now on China. We talked about that a second ago. And we're cautious really on where we are in the cycle at this point. And frankly, I think we're closer to the end than to the beginning of this cycle. But doesn't mean that we're going to have a deep type of downturn or recession that we had in 08 or 2011 type growth scare as well.
But the end of this cycle, meaning the end of the pause in growth, or the end of the what cycle are we in? The negative cycle that we're in right now? We're close to the end of that, or the end of the positive cycle?
Zooming out, more of the positive cycle.
We're at the end of a positive cycle.
We're definitely in the 7th or 8th inning
of a positive cycle.
Correct. And I think the market is sort of trying to adjust right now as to where we are. Are we at the 9th inning? Are we over? Or are we in that 7th or 8th inning?
What does it mean when we're over? How many years do we go into a bear cycle then?
I mean, typically when you see the Fed raising rates, as it did back in December for the first time in 9 years, the markets and the economy can continue to act better and to expand for a year to 2 years from that point. So we really think that you've got another year left in this cycle, possibly even longer. The fact of the matter is we just don't have that much excess. And we've seen this, corporate behavior, consumer behavior. So when you talk about the cycle, we don't really have that much excess to work off right now. Now, that doesn't mean things are absolutely rosy either. We're in stall speed. And particularly when you look at 4Q and even 1Q data, we're barely at 1% GDP in the U.S.